Ramon has been lost on this deserted island for 4 years. If you're thirsty, drink the dew on the leaves. If you're hungry, eat raw sea fish. During those 1500 days, he made a lot of tools for his own survival, learn how to make fire, hunt for food. In order to escape from here, Ramon built his own raft, drifting at sea more than 800 miles. Can this long adventure help him return to the mainland? Ramon is a manager at a shipping company, being a disciplined, restrained and workaholic person. But he loves his wife Kelly. That year, Ramon promised his wife Kelly to spend Christmas together, while shipping the final shipment back home. Then suddenly there was a loud noise. The plane wobbled violently. Ramon was brought back to his seat by the captain, fastened his seat belt. The captain said that the situation is very bad now, they have to make an emergency landing at sea. During the panic, Ramon's shirt and watch were thrown out. It was the Christmas present that he was going to give his wife. Ramon didn't hesitate to crawl over to the clock. As soon as he grasped the watch, the plane also plunged into the sea. Seawater poured into the plane, engulfing Ramon. He quickly opened the lifeboat, and was quickly brought to the surface. Everywhere was engulfed in flames. Ramon clung to the rope with all his might, helplessly watching the plane sink to the bottom of the sea. Wave after wave came, attacking the fragile boat. He didn't know when he lost consciousness. When Ramon woke up, he was washed up on a deserted island. All that's left is a watch with a photo of his wife inside. He tried to scream, but the only answer was the sound of the waves. Ramon had to write help in the sand, hoping the plane could see it. He went to collect the floating packages, hope they will be useful. Ramon is very thirsty now, because he hasn't drank water in days. He went to find some coconuts, but it's not easy to open it. Ramon used all means, threw the coconut on the rock, and then used the big rock to smash it, but the results were unsuccessful. In the end he used a sharp stone, split a coconut in half, successfully get drinking water. The water problem has been solved. Now it's time for the food. He decided to go fishing, but because he didn't have shoes, his leg hurt. He chose to go into the forest, climb to the top of the mountain, and observe. But all I see is water all around. There's no way out. Suddenly, I saw something like a human on the beach, but when he got there, he realized it was his colleague's body. He brought the body ashore, taking away any usable items. Finally, he buried and carved the gravestone for his ill colleague. That night, Ramon was so hungry that he couldn't sleep. He went to the sea, and noticed a light flashing in the distance. Seeing the ship, Ramon excitedly shouted, but the ship did not detect him. By this time, he had drunk all the water, and the food had also run out. He decided to open the parcels he picked up. Some cassettes, a volleyball, a divorce petition. All are useless objects. Luckily the next box is a pair of ice skates. Ramon uses a sliding blade to cut the coconut. It's certainly more effective. The fifth box is a dress. Maybe it will work too. The last one has wings that represent hope, so he kept it. Ramon used the blade of his shoe to cut his clothes and bandaged the wound with cloth. He drew a face on the ball, and named it Wilson. I used my skirt to surf. I used branches to stab crabs. But because he couldn't stand the living thing, he made a fire. He used the original ignition method, but still nothing happened. He was extremely angry, but when he looked at Wilson, he tried again and again. After many tries, he finally succeeded. He was happy and cheered. That night, he danced by the fire, and grilled seafood to eat. He talked to his friend Wilson about what he went through. It's been 4 years in the blink of an eye. Now you look like a primitive. One day, he discovered a plastic sheet washed ashore. Looking at the plastic sheet, he suddenly got the idea to use it as a sail to get out of here. Ramon started collecting tree trunks to make a big raft, used the bark to make a rope to fix the raft. The raft was completed, and the wind changed direction. Ramon decided to leave. He took Wilson and the unopened parcel to begin his journey. He set sail across the waves, leaving the place where I had been confined for 4 years. He and Wilson just floated on the sea. If you are thirsty, you will drink rainwater. If you are hungry, you will go to the sea to catch fish. But one night, a storm came and blew the sail away. Ramon could only hug Wilson, eventually falling into a coma. When he regained consciousness, Wilson was swept away by the waves. Ramon jumped down and tried to swim there, but he had no strength left. Losing a companion for 4 years, Ramon is extremely sad. He threw the oars away, letting the waves push. When Ramon was about to give up, a ship appeared before his eyes. After returning, the company held a welcome party, and provided him with what he needed. But what he needs most right now is to see Kelly again. But 4 years have passed. The wife he longs for has remarried. Looking at the watch he took so much care of, he plucked up the courage to go see Kelly. Entering the house, Ramon found out that she not only remarried but had a lovely daughter. Ramon returns the watch she gave him, which has helped him fight for 4 long years. Kelly led him to the garage. His car is still here. After driving away, Kelly couldn't help but chase after. The two of them hugged each other and spoke with all their heart that could not be said for many years. But Ramon just looked at her and said, "You should go home." He know they can't go back to the way they used to be. If given the chance to live, he will live it well. Ramon decided to return the parcels that gave him hope. On each box, he will leave the words, "Thank you for this parcel because it saved my life."